Chris Black.
Hey, I missed y'all. I missed the vibes. You know,
Indeed.
had to go deal with the family, but I'm back out here thugging in these Houston streets. How I do.
Already, man. First and foremost, RP to Chucky Trill, man. There was a visual for him tonight at Discovery Green. Beautiful visual. Shout out to everybody that fell through. You know what I'm saying? Just to support the boy. He was an upcoming artist out here. Really about to blow, man. It's always the people that's about to blow that get done the dirtiest. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that shit was crazy.
I don't even know like the whole aspects of everything that happened with his death. I just know that it was happened to be a shooting out in Atlanta during the time he was there, and he got hit up.
That's crazy. Crazy enough, or I'll say ironically, I didn't even know who Chucky Trill was until I started coming up here. I had no clue who the young man was. So as far as like any recent work from Skrilla shooting it and me just seeing it on the website, it's more so how I became affiliated with it. But it's always our young brothers. I hate to come back and start protesting, but it's us killing us.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it is, man.
Sadly. Is this like an ice bag? Is this gonna keep it cold?
I think so. I think that's what that whatchamacallit is for. You feel me?
Oh,
I had bought that from Five Below.
really?
Yeah.
I need one of these because I like party favors.
You feel me? Like, I just got it because I thought it was a quick little backpack.
No, this is insulated.
Yeah.
Cool.
That's why I kept using it for Tuesday nights.
Hey, and you got this little drink in here.
Yeah,
So,
you feel me?
Point,
you gotta have a little drink, a little sip.
A little swivel.
You
I'm telling
feel?
my days is going together. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah. Welcome to my world, fam.
They have officially, and I've like for real converted into your lifestyle now, trying to get more on my entrepreneur and look. I was already trying,
Yeah.
but it's like now active in 9-hour work shifts. Then that is like, what day is it?
Bruh, I dead ass thought today was Sunday.
I thought yesterday was Sunday. Because I had to catch myself because it was like we didn't text and I was just like, wait, what's today?
Bruh.
Because this can go one of two ways. Because if I turn over, I'm not.
I was already asleep. I didn't even know you text me until I woke up. It was the alarm that woke me up. That's how good the sleep was. I didn't even know my phone was on silent. Nigga passed out watching Mars Attacks.
So I thought I got excited when I saw it on Hulu.
Yeah, bruh.
I was like, I went to the movies and saw this. That's how the
nigga, that is a classic, nigga.
Like, they just need to go ahead and slide Meteor Man on there, and then we might can.
I feel like she got those dice off of Amazon.
I'm here for these dice.
They was on Instagram. The algorithm, once you start looking at certain stuff, it really suggests
everything else.
Hey.
Touch thigh, kiss lip.
Come on.
I'm here for these dice.
Suck nipple.
Yeah.
That was
his
my
first role.
Suck nipple.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Really get the
I know,
party
right?
started, okay? Look.
Mine started off PG 3 times, but I'm like, I don't think it's it now.
My shit went straight to rated R.
It knows.
Yeah.
You care for some Rice Krispie treat. If I came with a Rice Krispie treat, it's not a regular one.
Yeah.
The way you leaned over,
Nah, because I be trying to fuck with other people's edible. I should have brought you some of mine because I've been baking lately.
Well, I tasted one of the cookies last time, and I was mad because I had to share it.
How was it, though?
It was good. It was chewy.
It was chewy. That's the important part. It was chewy.
If it's not moist, I don't want it.
Oh, damn.
She got it. It's dripping like water.
Girl.
Bars. Battle rap. The greatest 5 rappers of all time. Who are they?
Oh man, my opinion.
Skyline, if you give me anything else other than Dave Chappelle right now, I'm just gonna interrupt because you were really finna think back, like, you know
I was
what?
about to say, nigga, I was about to give you my top 5 for real.
But on the cool, I'm curious.
Of course, J. Cole, Jada Kiss,
Okay, you had Mary J. the Kiss.
yeah, J. Cole, Jada Kiss, Drake. That nigga is a non-stop hit factory, like a motherfucker. Andre 3000. What's that for? And my fifth would have to be, shit, man, Phillip Banks, nigga.
So,
You know what I want to see a lot more of? That old school 90s.
I really do want to take some star shots. Like,
Yeah.
if you're not with the shit,
Hold on, what?
Old school pictures.
I want to take some star shots. I want to.
I remember those, bro. Like,
They're so cute.
I remember me and my boy Sir
Yes.
had posted up for some pictures and shit. I was
And I know
like,
y'all hit this.
for real,
That was the only post that.
bro.
dudes
That
did
that was
with
back
star
when.
shots.
That's back when South Pole was
Another one they did.
South Pole was the clothing brand at that time. Like everybody was rocking South Pole, Echo, or damn. I had me a South Pole jersey. I don't give a
The
fuck.
crazy part is that they're still open.
Who?
Star Shots, the little picture place. There's one in Sharpstown. Well,
Nigga, them some classic shit.
Plaza America.
When you young, when you in high school and you want to go take some pictures with your boo, and y'all want to make it into
Oh, I
a.
did. I was gonna say I never got to take pictures. And I
My mom,
did.
my mom did. I was remember that. That's when edges were still laid back then. So
Look,
it's been a while.
You can join in on this. I am proud to say we have full edges here on this show. Okay.
Nigga, I got full curls going on right
You
now.
got edges too, so yours ain't
My
too.
curls is
I
coming.
mean,
I need.
yeah. You look. You've been doing okay. You ain't been treating nobody daughters too bad because your hairline ain't slid back really. So
That's why
they
he
say
looks so
every
fucking
time
young.
he goes back about a good.
I
quarter of
told
an
myself,
inch
my,
every time.
I told myself, man, if my hairlines ever start going back,
Please
I'm
shave
going
it.
bald.
Just-
I ain't about to do the tour. Nah,
Was that real?
man, that nigga hairline been fucked since.
It wasn't even the hairline. It was what was happening in the middle.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, the toupee type shit. Yeah. Like, bro, if you ain't got no hair, nigga, don't fake it to make it. My nigga, just go ahead,
So
cut
is
that
he
shit.
in Canada?
I don't know. He better be.
Where is he from?
He,
Because I'm confused.
he from Canada. He ain't from
He's from
Toronto.
Canada, yeah, because after the May
He
thing, they
was
were-
giving me one of those on one of them videos, the UK accent.
I don't know, but he from Canada though.
Okay, should
I
have
really
known.
want to talk about why Five Guys burgers are so damn expensive. I tried.
What?
to
They
get
not
something.
expensive.
There was a $40.
What did you see?
Because she didn't know that everything was sold separately at Five Guys.
I mean, but I don't
The
think Five
toppings?
Guys is high because the toppings is free. You pay for the burger.
That's what I said. That's why I'm feeling like they jipped me. Well, not. I
It was a
didn't pay
$40 tab,
for 2 burgers.
two
$2.
shakes,
2 shakes. I was like, how?
Probably the shakes. 'Cause I
probably.
always get a burger and fries. Them burgers is like crack.
It
Those
puts you to
burgers
sleep.
taste like a fancy. You know what? Because I was about to be highly disrespectful. What I was about to say. I'm gonna say that Five Guys is like a commercial brand of cream burger.
I don't think
I
I've had
take
cream
that.
burger.
Because
you have cream burgers in the hood. Cream
The
burgers
tax
in
is
the
already
hood.
included. You can't take your cell phone to the window to place your order, or she will not take your order.
She won't.
The lady, it's the same Red Shack been there since the 70s. It's in Third
Yeah,
Ward.
it's in Third Ward. Cream burger.
It
Like I
makes-
got put on cream burger when I first got to
Is it
Houston.
better than Burger Fresh?
Nah,
What?
but I don't know. But
I feel
Sparkle
like late night
burger.
hype needs to,
No,
like, put people
Sparkle
on.
Burger is the truth. That you
It's
can
a-
get a
the Spark-
burger like the size of a plate.
Sparkle burger
How
is.
you gonna eat it?
Have
all?
you
I
ever
don't-
seen Good Burger?
Yeah.
Sparkle burger is Mondo burger.
Oh, hell no. I don't know how many
The
more
fact
you
that
can
there's a visual, I'm weak.
make. You're supposed to say a movie, not actually.
Bro, like them patties are stupid
Wait.
big.
Night hype needs to put people on that.
I'm not even being funny. You know what movie that is?
Yeah.
Good Burger?
Yeah.
Okay.
When did it come out? I was.
It came out in the 90s.
Yeah, I was.
Have y'all seen Coming to America too?
Not yet.
Not yet. I meant to watch. I meant to watch it tonight.
So Coming to America is one of my favorite movies.
Yeah,
Like,
don't spoil it for me.
I'm not gonna spoil it. I'm
Okay.
not speaking general. It's okay, friend. I got you.
Thank you.
I'm not a spoiler alert. But no, I watched Coming to America like faithfully still to this day.
Yeah.
So I'll just say that he didn't miss anything.
Well,
He bet not, because he had.
No,
how's
because
his daughter in the movie?
the thing is, I don't really know which one is his daughter, to be honest.
I didn't
But
even know she was in it.
I feel like the people who said that they did not like it were not were not true avid Coming to America fans.
They were just watching it just to say that they
and
seen it.
then you can't compare the first one
Hand me my bag, please.
because the first one came out. Okay, yeah, no, she was good. She didn't have like a large role, but she still did good for her role.
They said she still had to audition like the actual.
Yeah,
Just
ain't
because that's your daddy, don't
on,
mean you automatically getting the role.
You got to pay homage. You got to pay your dues around here. But no, it's just Coming to America came out in the 80s, 86. And at that time, black excellence was not portrayed at all like that. Come on. Cause
Look at me.
I
Oh,
forgot
it's
about
not
your
work.
birthday. It's coming up. But yeah, like,
I put it on the concoction the other day.
it tastes good, don't it?
I was upset that there's actually an alcohol I can drink. Now I feel
Man,
like
look,
it fucked me up.
you just need a little dash on the top.
A little dash, not too much.
But yeah, just everybody's trying to say, oh, the first one. Black people weren't used to seeing black people in that type of excellence in the 80s. So that's why that was something. Now you've already been exposed to it. So at this point, just roll with it.
Right.
And then you got the non-woke people trying to talk about how he was being disrespectful to Africa. But you're going to have people that's going to say whatever they're going to say. But I liked it. I did. Like, I could watch it again.
It's a good sequel. Like,
My mom even liked it.
Definitely.
Everybody that I'm cool with, I will say, like, I only had like 2 people that was just like, oh, it was okay, but I won't watch it again. And I'm just like, how? Because it was it was like
I'm
one
waiting
of those,
to see if my cause it's on Amazon Prime, right?
It came out the day before they said that the date was going to release.
But it's on Amazon Prime, right?
Mhm.
Yeah, I'm waiting for the login to
You know,
make sure.
they weren't even trying to do another
Do
one.
you have that?
No, not the Ammo.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
You're
yeah.
very convenient.
Thank you. Yes.
Mhm.
All right, so just to make sure, as we're talking about black people and black excellence and black everything, you know what I'm saying? We're gonna start off with this black card provoke. So,
Come
your first question:
Come on, I'm ready.
Who is considered the father of Black history? A. Jesse Jackson. B.
Jesse.
Carter G. Woodson.
Who?
C. Frederick Douglass. Or D. W.E.B. Du Bois.
I choose not to incriminate myself.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like it's the last one, but I'm not going to incriminate myself.
All right. The father of Black history.
Well,
We're
Frederick Douglass.
going to have to go with Frederick. If it's not Frederick, then it's Jesse.
Who do you pick?
I choose, like I said, choose not to incriminate myself.
Is B. Carter G. Woodson.
I'm ashamed to say that name
I
isn't at the top of my vocabulary nor my books. Do you know who that is?
Hell to the no, do you need?
Oh, that's okay.
All right, this is what was mixed in with it.
It was good, but we just know I know what happens when I drink that and that.
What happened?
Yeah.
It's okay. You know what?
No.
We need to start getting her slow reps because we're definitely doing something for your birthday.
I feel like
I won't accept no for an answer.
I can't smoke and drink wine at the same time.
What?
I go to sleep.
Okay. Noted. Because we're definitely not going to make it in the dance hall. Because let me tell you.
well, I think it's certain drinks, right?
Yeah, I mean it's drinking wine and at the same time
So wine, so you just can't have wine.
wine and weed at the same time. I can't have it as a mix.
Weed and Hennessy. What's the damn?
because I will go to sleep. I feel like they're two downers. Pew
Party
pew.
starter.
So what are like some things that we can't question Philip's existence? And
I am.
he just
What
be
in the
doing
hell was that?
All right. So update. There's this app called Bigo, Bigo, that a lot of people get on these days right now, especially a lot of people that's at home. Yeah. So Bigo basically is the better version of another app that was called Live Me, except for there's certain rules that you have to abide by. Basically, you can't smoke or
That's not my kind of app.
shit like that on the app. But if you get your followers up, and a lot of people that's tuning into your live stream, sending you gifts, people do make money off of it. There's somebody that I know personally that's making at least $2,600 a month off of this app because they just clock in their hours. They probably do like 2 hours a day on Bigo and scroll and that type of stuff, and they part of a community or a family, and they make sure everybody getting their views and shit, stuff like that.
So what you said was it's called Bingo?
Yeah. At first, you was like, I ain't with that. Oh, you getting paid.
Look,
Yeah.
I love my job. I have a great support team there, but at the same time, I
Nigga
was
need some
not meant
outside money.
for 9 to 5. I was meant to be by somebody's beach, accepting my orders, coming in here when needed, and going my
Can you
ass back
slow?
on the breeze. Because
That's one thing I do
What up?
appreciate about nowadays is there's so much opportunity and ability to make money.
Yeah, you just gotta dig deep.
It's just it is a lot of bullshit. I think that
Taco Bell.
Taco Bell.
what?
Bullshit.
I have to say, what type of disrespectful? I
As
like Taco
drinking,
Bell.
see,
I
the drinking
just
too? No, but yeah,
Nah, you know it's a good cover. Good,
he says a good couple.
good cover. You know what I'm saying? It's
I
like
saw-
Michael Jackson child. It's a good blanket.
I'm really glad I get that. When his son is named Blanket, right?
Yeah.
I was so confused. I was like, really? Okay.
He knew damn well that wasn't his real biological kids. He just named them whatever the fuck he felt like.
Wait, so I seen some funny ass. You know how you have a wing, like a chicken wing,
Yeah.
and you know, like you have the drum and then you have the wing part, and then the little tail part. Like the
Yeah.
little-
Yeah.
What do you call that part?
Tail?
I saw somebody call that shit the wing pinky.
The wing pinky. The wing pinky. I am dead.
That's another reason why I don't like social media. You see more sides to people than you want to. It'd be like, there's some people doing out there.
Are we keeping like tab of this game, or like are the questions gonna keep coming?
It's just gonna keep coming.
Oh, okay.
I
okay.
just feel like my card will be revoked, but I'll get it back in the morning, right?
Possibly.
Depends. Have you seen the first Coming to America?
Yeah.
Oh,
Okay,
Because
yeah.
I was about to say.
Culture.
Hey, this game is the 5th edition. I'm about to look for editions 1 through 4. And bundle all them motherfuckers together.
You know what?
Cause they got some questions for your ass. Like family matter type questions. Kool-Aid type questions.
I also finally got to watch Judas and the Black Messiah.
That was good. Bro,
So, have you seen the documentary?
nuh-uh. I've been waiting. I've been
feel
meaning
like
to
go watch the documentary first,
Right.
then go back and watch it.
Okay. Because I've been meaning to watch that, but I've been wanting a time to where I can just sit down and like just tune into it.
Yeah.
Because it's too many times though I find a good movie and I try to put the movie on,
Man,
and then I'm
look,
constantly interrupted.
I'm not gonna lie, like the little mini time that I had to myself, like I binged watch.
A lot.
What? And I found some good shit. Like I literally, like I'm running on like 2 hours of sleep right now. Because last night I decided at midnight just to click on something that had 2 seasons, and I finished the first season.
What was this?
It's called Dr. Foster. It's on Netflix. Yo, that shit was good as hell.
Dr. Foster.
Yes. And in the second episode, you're gonna be like, "This is the first episode? Damn!"
I like shows like that.
No, a lot happened in the way it keeps going and the way it ends and how they just bringing in season 2. I was like, y'all better have a season 3 of this shit. I'm gonna be pissed off. No, it's I'll send like a little list of what I watched.
Go ahead.
Because
Because I'm here for it.
What?
I'll be in my room curled up in the fetal position, just.
So, like, what's you guys' most favorite thing about being an adult? Like, because I like how you said, like, you know, you're running off for 2 hours of sleep. Like, us as a kid, you know, when you guys were kids, probably didn't have that much freedom to be up and do things. Like, what in your adult life do you most appreciate?
Not caring.
Not giving a fuck.
I don't give a fuck about shit.
My house, my motherfucking rules.
It's me not caring. Because before it was like when you're younger, you cannot care, but then it's like you still have to care because you have to think about like the respect for your elders and little different shit like that. But it's like now,
Don't fuck with me. I don't fuck with you.
Yeah.
I'm
like
in
this is my life.
Exactly. I'm in my space. You in yours.
Yeah. And I think too, like I had to realize too, like where I'm at in life, because I'm my own worst critic. I'm very hard on myself, and I'm really at the point that I was saying I wanted to be, but you know, sometimes you'll harp on the other stuff that you haven't done, so you don't really like accept. Yeah. So I'm not even fucking mad. So,
Right. Only thing I hate about adulting is paying bills.
Wire, I'm tired of giving y'all my money. That shit is ghetto as hell for me to work, first of all, 5 days. For you to tell me that I can only be off 48 hours and then it's not consecutive in my case? Like, what type of ghetto ass shit?
I need both days. But with that being said, which African royalty is considered to be the richest person ever to ever live?
I feel like I would know this one. Go ahead.
Queen Sheba, Sadati Keita, I don't know, Haile Selassie.
Wow. You said that on air too. So to the whole Caribbean,
Haile Sicily,
boy, look,
Selassie. Dang.
I had to lean over like.
Hey, to everybody that understand who that person is, I apologize. I really butchered that.
It's okay. It is all right.
Or Mansa Musa.
Come on, that last one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just knew it would be the one I knew how to say it. I didn't know there was other ones.
I remember I got that answer before the question was even
Maybe
done.
I was up here talking
I was like, yeah, Mansa Musa. Like, what the fuck? Like, nigga, we ain't even got to the answers yet.
So, what song brings you guys like back to your childhood that you hear? What's that one song that you're just like, damn, these are memories, or oh, I did this?
Give it to me now. 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 What?
if you talking like childhood,
I wanna lick you from your head to your toes.
I just want to point out that we were not supposed to be dancing or doing the things. First of all, a car passed me while I was crossing the street.
Hey, what up?
And they were playing Silk. And I realized that in the 7th grade, we were grinding on each other, dancing to that song.
Me. If
think a lot of music
you
back then
think about
was
kissing me,
sexual, but it wasn't like
it wasn't as raunchy. So they didn't put it out there like, "God, I want to lick your pussy," or "I want you to suck my."
Did because the shit came on and said, "I wonder if she can tell that I'm hard." Dum 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 dum. What? That nigga said, I came here with my dick in my hand. No, they were raunchy at this point because I couldn't listen to it. So,
Hey, next was them niggas, dog. Next, Jodeci.
hey, I was a
112
fan. 112 was my shit.
Room 112. That was the album that did it for me.
But I would say like childhood, like where they be like, come out here and do that little dance, the Humpty dance.
It's your chance, do your dance, do the hump. Do it, baby. I do the Humpty Hump. Yeah, I do the hump. Do it, baby.
Will Smith. What's the song? It's like
Jiggy with it.
Like,
I thought you were about to say Summertime. Summertime did go hard.
Yes.
Now summertime was good vibes.
That's when
I feel like we'll never get those. We'll never. I want some actually this summer.
Jelly
I'm gonna get some.
Yeah, I had bubbles in my hair.
Shit, man. You just took me down memory lane.
You know, when you be walking as a
Break your neck. Come on. Break your neck. Come on.
Yeah. High school was great.
Hey, that was.
my high school could have been better. But
High school was great.
yeah, there's a lot.
I definitely did some shit I was supposed to be doing.
I got a lot of memories from high school. A lot of.
Yeah,
I did a lot of fuckery in high school.
Man, we was lit. My high
Nigga,
school.
I was fucking niggas bitches before they even got to.
Yeah, cause y'all like back then.
I was fucking ruthless.
Do you guys think you guys can get away with the same shit that y'all did back then versus now?
What?
Yep.
And more.
Yeah,
And
nigga,
more, and
what?
more.
Had I had
If I would have known some of the shit that I know now.
bruh, had I had the game I have now back then,
What? Come on.
bro.
What would you do?
Nigga, the bitches I put on a pedestal by accident would have been ran through. I'm talking about, nigga, it's Savage Field was here. It's here. You know what I mean?
I'm so weak. Let me see if I can find it.
Like, bitch, you was a hoe this whole time.
Because I feel like there's a lot more like cameras and that makes me sound
Gonna
scandalous.
make y'all laugh. This was me in high school.
Huh. Dun dun
Before the
dun.
box.
Ah! My homegirl. Hey, remember Courtney D?
Yeah, she cut her dreads off.
Yeah.
I don't support things like that.
Me neither.
What she did?
Okay.
Cut off?
You know what I'm saying?
I was out here doing the most.
I wanted to be a dreadhead. I did.
I'm sorry.
I mean, it's
It's not.
It's
It
not.
can be a spiritual. It's a
it,
spiritual.
it is like, to me, like, I understand why some people do cut it off. They want to have a fresh start, fresh look or what have you. I just
It makes me question what you can commit to.
that, but
I like versatility, but you can still be versatile with dreads.
You really can. I
now with Courtney's situation, like, I understand why she cut her dreads.
Is she going to some type of service?
Nuh-uh, she felt like her hair was getting thicker but not longer.
See, that's the part where it's a process because I went like when I first liked my hair was like dropping quick, but then it stopped.
What you mean dropping?
Like it was growing,
Oh.
but then it stopped, and I had a bobby for a long time. But it's one of those because your hair is so natural. Unless you're doing something to constantly, and I mean like constant, we talking about like deep conditioning, hot oil treatments, to where you are now forcing your hair to grow. That's just it with dreads, and everybody's like stunt growth is different.
Yeah.
You know,
Stunt growth.
it
just
just
stopped.
growing. It's just
I've heard that. It makes me so sad because I'm like, is it really genetics that your hair will stop growing?
Well,
at
no.
a certain rate?
no. It's just more so you just gotta wait because it was like I went from one length to then I started because I normally keep my hair up. I don't really like to keep my hair down, and then I realized one time I let it down. I was like, oh.
Baby girl, let your hair down, let your hair down.
I love the. Have you seen Lost Empire of Atlantis?
Nuh-uh.
I feel like I think I
The
have.
Princess Kita, she had like a white dress, but she was black.
This
Love
is
that
so long ago that I feel like
What movie have you seen that shows your age though? When you tell someone.
Land Before Time.
Yeah.
Oh, that's my shit.
Land Before Time. Moonwalker.
Moonwalker.
Michael Jackson.
It's a movie? It's not a movie?
Yeah, it's a movie.
Okay, don't show my age.
Nah, cause the Michael Jackson was so great. He had a series of mini movies within his movie. Like before like before Moonwalker even start off, he has a whole little mini series of his music video called Speed Demon. Speed Demon came off the Moonwalker movie. Another Smooth Criminal. That whole video came off of the movie.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, do you think there's a lot of pressure when, like, people like Michael Jackson, Kanye West, like, you know
His
how
name
there's
I can't
sounds
even
really
put
good.
Kanye
well, no,
in the
I
same.
was
I can't put Kanye in the
it's very
same,
creative though,
but I
right?
can't put Kanye in
That's
the
like
same
at
realm
this
as
point.
Michael.
It's not putting them in the
That's
same
like trying
realm.
to say Beyonce should be in the same category as Tina Turner, and I'm ready to argue with that shit. They do
Right.
not
And,
No,
and,
I
and,
belong.
said
and
the
this is what,
create the
no, I can't even
creativity.
say the creativity because their money was different.
Uh-huh.
And when I say their money was different, I'm not saying like Michael Jackson had more money. Of course, that's obvious. It's the way that they moved with their money was different. For example, you get in the beef with Kanye, you know what I'm saying? You're going to hear bars coming from not only him, but you got bars coming from Pusha T or whoever else is left in the good music camp.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of people aren't left in that good music camp. You know what I'm saying? But you talk shit, Eminem. You know how he was bashing everybody. He talked shit about Michael Jackson one time. You know what Michael did? Michael went to go buy some of Eminem's publishing. Now you owe me money.
Okay.
Your
Well,
royalties
yeah.
is coming to
Well,
me.
no, I was getting at the fact of the pressure of being creative.
I don't feel like there's. Kanye has a different issue.
Yeah,
He
he
really just has not been the same since his mother passed, and
has
it's
it.
just
808 heartbreaks.
he really has not, and you could tell he tried to get married. He tried to have the married life, and I just feel like anxiety and depression is fucking real, and I just
Yeah.
feel like that shit took a different toll on him. And he lashes out. You can tell because it's not like it's attention because some of the stuff he makes sense, but then it's just like it's like a lost sense.
Like, how do you say slavery was a choice?
Let me tell you something.
I
I'd have
mean, I
ran
don't
and tackled
agree
him.
with it. I don't agree with it, but I think
But
it's
I
a
do
different.
say that he. I feel like in that time he was dealing with his opioid addiction, and he was also being uh in a sunken place in the Kardashian life.
I won't necessarily call it a sunken place because it's almost like when you watch those quote unquote slave movies with your hood friend.
Mm-hmm.
Nigga, that wasn't gonna be me. You know, they're going to make a example of my ass. I feel like that's Kanye. And I feel like when you have that mindset, because I say that, I wouldn't have lasted through slavery.
No,
Couldn't even have been in the field. They'd have been strung my ass up a long time ago.
nigga,
Because
you
I'm not doing that.
you ever heard about people swimming across the ocean? I would have been the first attempt.
Like, look, at this point, that's why y'all got my stone ancestors in the bottom of the sea because we're not doing that. I'm not.
Mm-hmm.
It's just something.
You know how they talk about the current River Jordan in the Bible?
Yeah, put me
All right, so if you ever pay attention in church, whether you
Hey,
you
my
Catholic,
brother.
You know, I was the one coloring on the envelopes that you technically put the money in, putting the basket.
but they in the Bible or what have you, they always reference the River Jordan.
Yeah.
What people don't understand is that the map has been redrawn and renamed so many times. So if you go back to earlier maps, there's a current that leaves from Africa to America that will get you here in half the time called the River Jordan. That's
No,
all.
that's it.
That's it.
Okay.
She was like, "Wait a minute, I was here, but
I think I missed it. Yeah. I mean, you just got to pay attention to the things that people say or what they do, and you'll actually start understanding lineage in history and how to actually get to one place to another. And the only reason why I brought that up was because if we were back in slavery time, I will find that motherfucking current,
okay." And I
make me a makeshift bush.
But I'm thinking, like, think about the different celebrities. Like, you have people like Nipsey Hussle and a lot of people who are very humble, well-grounded people.
Right.
And then you have other people who have the constant struggle and pressure of being great or putting out content or whatever it may be. Like,
It's all about how you move.
some
But
people may not know how to move because they've never been in that position.
it's one of those. Do you want to move? Because in this particular topic, it's so hard trying to strip down what was taught to you generation on generation on generation to
Yeah.
where it's like it's hard to question that. But if you're a person where you want to know like the truth, because anything that anybody tells you, whether it's you researching it, Google, if you have like elders you can talk to, you can keep tracing back the truth, but then you get people that's stuck. That's why I almost call it like that mental brainwash of how they introduce Christianity. It's like people can't get past that. And
Yeah.
it's like we were not always singing sweet Jesus.
It's basically like whitewashing Africa, where every time you watch some type of African movie that deals with the greatness of Africa, you got some white people playing those roles. Like my one of my favorite movie series as a kid growing up was The Mummy. Until I realized that you got all these white people in Egypt playing great Egyptians.
Hello, directors. I'm sick of the shit.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm about tired of it.
You got a movie called The Gods of Egypt.
And you got Matthew McConaughey in the background. No, I'm playing.
No, in the whole cast. And the reason why the movie really sucked in the box office is because the whole entire cast is white. Mm-hmm. I'm not saying I'm bashing white people. But I'm not saying I'm not fucking with white people. Basically, what I'm saying is like stop trying to take black people's roles in their, especially in their own cultural dynamics.
What about light-skinned actresses versus dark-skinned actresses? Light-skinned actresses playing dark-skinned roles. Is that, well, she's black technically, so. Like,
I just feel like the colorism, yes, is real, but it shouldn't be looked at in that sense to say that there's a light-skinned, dark-skinned role. If the role calls for that, it calls for that.
Right.
But then,
what's that movie called with the black girl? Where the black boy got shot. I would know.
Fruitilization?
No, it was recent. And
Queen and Slim?
Nah, but the book was written with a dark-skinned girl. The actress was a light-skinned girl that played.
She probably.
Or roles reverse. Spider-Man. You have Zendaya. Zendaya's light-skinned. I prefer Mary Jane to be white because that's just how I know that now Zendaya is a great actress, no bullshit. But how do people, like?
I mean, I feel like that's exactly what we're speaking on. If a white person was to probably speak up on that, I wouldn't be offended by them saying that Mary Jane should be white because I mean that's how
how it was.
It was
now
if
they introduce a girlfriend for Miles Morales, which is the new Spider-Man, the ethnic Spider-Man, then I'll go with that.
But I'm saying so this is my question though, because I like Spider-Man, and
right?
I'm not gonna say I don't like change, but it's just kind of like wouldn't that be pretty hypocritical? Like, I get that black people are starting to try and get more roles, but why don't we have a lot of major black productions to where we don't need to really it's like you have The Wiz and then you have The Wizard of Oz. Like you have Annie. There was a black Annie, there was a white Annie. Like, why don't we just come up with our own classics?
Because majority of those classics were based off of black people anyway.
Like Betty Boop.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? And Betty Boop.
You have to look at it. We did.
Yeah.
Eddie Murphy made that lane. Like, they were, but they weren't. It's almost like you have to realize again, this wasn't for us. So it's like we did make our lane. It's just a lot of people didn't jump in the lane.
Right.
Like, it took from Eddie Murphy to then
Eddie Murphy, the Wayne's, the Wayne's brothers, you know what I'm saying? Like
Living Color. Then you finally get to Tyler Perry. But it look how many generations is almost skipping in between that. Like you have that many decades that's in between people, but. Again, black people.
Like I was speaking to somebody the other day. Like I never realized how long Kevin Hart been in the movie game.
Oh yeah, Paper Soldiers.
Paper Soldiers. He was in 8 Mile. He was in some old movie with a young Morris Chestnut and Boris or what have you playing basketball. Like he's been.
Actors and stuff like that. Like I honestly thought that he played Day-Day.
Mike Epps.
Mike Epps, or people who've been in movies from.
Mike Epps. He sniffed some of his money away.
Yeah. And then you have to realize some people don't want to evolve. They want to stay in those same.
Well, they say it's the end
roles. But it's also making yourself that exposed. Like Kevin Hart left the door open for him to be exposed to white comedy.
Right.
Mike Epps did not do that. He stayed, and there's nothing wrong with that, but at the same time, he stayed within a certain demographic of movies or deals that he was able to get because he wanted to play that role.
Like people would be like, "You're whitewashed," or "You took Uncle
I mean, people
'Cause
can
that's what
be
you saw
like that.
Kevin when he wore a dress, and a lot of black actors.
I mean,
They was-
but that's basically when people's talking about they're selling out or they're doing whatever Hollywood's saying for them to do to demasculate them.
See,
Yeah,
that's
You know what I'm saying? So
Every
that's a whole
black
different
actor-
entity.
But and
That's
they're saying every black actor that had a dress on did get more money, but they're
But-
also saying that
but that-
it's against the religion to be wearing stuff like that.
but it's
I mean, not
also
necessarily.
depends on who you are as an actor. Like if you're somebody that's willing to do that and not take your own career seriously, then that's what's going to happen to you.
Because I mean, if you look at the real roles, Samuel L. Jackson, we ain't never seen him in a fucking dress.
Yes, you have.
Where?
I'm telling you,
There's a movie called
Wesley Snipes was in a dress.
We're not talking about him at all because he was there a couple of times. Him and Big
he was.
Wings.
I think there was a movie called Old Boy it's a Korean movie that was redone in America and Spike Lee redid it.
It's Korean, so I'm not even going.
Nuh-uh. I think he was in the dress in that movie.
But if
I mean,
it was Korean
skirt.
based, I mean, you know, a lot of their movies, the men played the women roles.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, even back then, Shakespeare, there were men that played female.
Because that's even like with a lot of African movies, the men played the women roles. So it's like in the context, yes, but
the
you
hard
still
part,
had other ones like
but Denzel Washington
James
never
Earl Jones,
never
Morgan
wore a
Freeman.
dress because
Why do you think that is?
somebody told him like you're gonna either you make your career or somebody's gonna make it for you.
Yeah.
So when somebody told him that, he made it a point to make sure he was always in the roles that he wanted to be in. You know what I'm saying? Not something that somebody else wanted him to be in or trying to make a break for it.
Well, that's what I'm saying. They're saying like there's certain black actors that are gatekeepers in the sense of that kind of help put our people on.
I wouldn't say they gatekeepers. I just say that they was willing to do
They did some stuff that
whatever
most
they
black people wouldn't do.
Martin, of course, he did the Shanae.
And I
Jamie
see-
Foxx did Wanda.
I feel like that's the difference between those two artists that you've just mentioned versus Tyler Perry. Because those were either characters from family members or
Right.
it was still some type of character from the neighborhood, like it was somebody. And it's not to say that Medea is not that, but I just feel like the embodiment of it is
You made a whole career off of cross dressing.
that's the you get what I'm saying?
Is that good or bad? How did you
I'm
I
gonna
feel
say
like
that
I feel like it's a catch-22.
right because when he came out as himself in the movie Alice Cross, it did not go well. When Tyler Perry
I thought that
played,
was a good movie
A
though, but it's
serious
still
movie? Was
yeah.
Taraji P in there too? Or-
No.
no, but I couldn't do Alice Cross. It wasn't my type of Tyler Perry movie. You know what I'm saying? Like I can probably see him in something else, like
It
a
was more serious.
No, it was like the whole movie was serious. Like,
right. I could see him as like a council member in a sci-fi type movie.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Oh,
saying?
yeah, wasn't he in Star?
Something I don't know, but I could see him as a council member in a sci-fi movie. But as far as like being a serious actor or what have you, I'm sorry, I done got way too used to your Medea roles.
And then to not even necessarily spin it to that notion, it's more so back then masculinity was something to be proud of. Like
Right.
they prided themselves in the early 90s coming into like almost early 2000s on actually being a black man.
Yeah, because wearing them
These
rompers in the
days,
80s, hell no.
It's like, and that's what I'm getting at. Like, they had on no shirts with high waisted pants and suspenders with a curl, and we wanted him. Like the revolution, nigga. I wanted a blouse. Like, but it's like now you got all this funny shit, and it's
Yeah.
like.
Raise a masculine son nowadays. What would you guys do?
For one, you got to stop letting their mothers just coddle them.
Mhm.
But men, there's not a lot of. black
But
men.
still,
You can-
but still, my mother was a single mother with 3 boys, but she made a point to make sure that we was in male-dominated sports or something that had a positive male role model. You know what I'm saying? And made sure that she didn't coddle us to where it made us weak or frail or sensitive. You know what I'm saying? A lot of these single mothers, they be like, I can be a parent by my damn self. and not fucking with the father and not realizing that you not fucking with the father or any positive male role model because you have this some type of rebellious
What if
streak.
she doesn't have none around her?
Well, you need to find some type of activities to put that child in.
But I'm saying, how do you know to do something that you've never been taught? If she
But
doesn't know where to
but
find it,
and I'm trying to answer your question. Basically, children are sponges. So even if you're not taught anything, if you're going to have a child, there's certain things that you need to teach yourself and you need to learn. Basically, the main thing is that children are sponges and they're going to soak up any and everything that they can. You know what I'm saying? So if they're being raised 24/7 by a woman, you know what I'm saying, with no male role model in sight, no man ever coming in and out the door or nothing like that, that child is going to take on the characteristics of
Of a
that woman.
Yeah, you can be a single woman and have the right male influences. Same situation. I come from a single parent home where it was me, my mom, and my little brother. But at the same time, he was still exposed to whenever he seen my dad, and then when he wasn't around and we didn't go there for the summertime, it's more so there were other people that were still able. Now, of course, they didn't probably hit every bullet point, but it's still the concept of what it is to be a man. My brother was able to get that. But most women, when you choose a single parent lifestyle, especially nowadays, I feel like, not to call it a laziness, but it's already hard enough being a single parent in this day and age. So it's like you got work, then you got to come up with stuff, for the kid. Like it's just that role now is, and then it's really who needs a nigga now, because you got all the government assistance in the world that'll like substitute a dude being there, and then that way the mom can kind of halfway still do whatever it is that she want to do. The son not getting no real influence.
No.
The only thing he's seeing is more so all these. He's like a combination of all the different men that he's seen, and it depends on what type of men she was seeing. To where if he grasps on that, because if he don't grasp on it, it's more so like you just gonna let the child go off by the wayside. That's why I call parents lazy, like these days, because they don't want to take the time. Like it's time. My mom spent time with us. Like
so, like if you could put on an average day, how many hours would you say your mom spent with you? That was necessary.
Shit, it was us.
It was all the time.
Yes. It was us. Like we stayed in children's place. She kept us like learning stuff, exposed to stuff to where.
My mom was a hard worker, so.
And once she was at work, and I mean, like we came from a strict household. Like it's about what she wanted, how she wanted us to raise, what she wanted us to be exposed to. Like, and I came from like we stayed in the hood where I had all my friends, but we wasn't doing the same shit that they was doing. Like I really had to be in the house
when the street lights came.
Like when them bitches turned on, it was still daylight. I had to go inside the house. Like, but people, like you have a handful of people that still do that. Like I couldn't listen to Too Short, all these other different. I couldn't listen to that shit. Yeah. But it exposed us differently for when we got older, because it's like what's instilled in us.
Right.
But people don't want to instill shit no more. Like your child can quote that whole song, but at this point, they don't even know what it is to say yes sir, yes ma'am, or to know what it is to have people to look up to, or to...
They don't have no manners. They rather just... And people... And what kills me is that parents, it don't matter if you're a man or a woman, they expose and like kind of congratulate the bad behavior of a child and make it seem like it's cute, and they're going to expose it on social media when really like you're not doing that child any justice, nor are you doing your parents' skills any justice. All right, for example, there's a child, there's a video of a kid who's standing up in his car seat and won't listen to his parents, and the whole time he's just standing there like, fuck you talking about? And in the caption, it's like his bad ass gonna be a problem when he get older. So you're already predetermining that child to be a certain influence of a certain character, but because how he's acting now. But really, you should be still instilling discipline, morals, and understanding in that child, so that child don't even bring about that behavior, and you won't have that issue.
Do you think it's young parents because they're not being
Well,
No, there's
I
young
was
good
gonna
parents.
say, to give an example, as much as I know I'm probably finna get under a lot of people's skin, but I commended her for when she did it. It's Cardi. She was on a live and she had WAP playing. And Culture came in and she like got up and was like, yo, no, turn it off, because she didn't want her baby to hear that. And like people started getting on her and she was like, I didn't make music for children. She's like, this is music for adults.
Yeah.
And that whole little concept, people like took it and started talking shit or making it seem like she's being a hypocrite. But that's the point that we're trying to get at. If you can teach your child to stay in, like, you have total control over what your child is exposed to. I don't even have kids and I know that.
Exactly.
You can choose for your kid. If you ain't got no man in the house, you still know how to expose him to manly stuff that he'll know how to do to pick up on. Now, what he chooses to do when he get outside of the house, if he feel like that, that's a complete different story. But instilling values or giving your kids something to believe in, it's about what you have the patience to do. And a lot of people have kids because they had the kid for the wrong reason, so they don't have the patience to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I fucking.
You had a kid to either try to think a nigga gonna stay with
build
you.
the relationship back up.
Come on,
Right.
I want to breed you. No, you
want
don't.
money.
No, I don't want a baby. That's okay.
But
Thank
so
you,
that's another thing. Like I feel like this year I'm trying to figure out like
Can I get a refill? I just want a shot, actually. Get poured of wine.
separating yourself as an artist versus you as a person. So Cardi as a person doesn't allow her child to listen to sexually explicit music. Did you want to drink, right?
Yeah, I'm gonna wait till he finishes.
So is it are people being a hypocrite towards Cardi, or are they being a hypocrite to the day-to-day person?
I think they're being a hypocrite towards Cardi because
Cardi.
Cardi, she put out a lot of sexual type music, and I guess the people were like, well, if you're gonna put out that music and you got a kid, then why don't you let da 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 da? Pretty much just hashing out their own woes on to somebody else that makes the actual music, when that's really not the case.
They just want someone to blame.
I don't feel like it's somebody to blame, but I feel like it's somebody to accept that type of credit, so that way they can continue doing the stupid shit that they're doing.
Right.
Because at the end of the day, Megan Thee Stallion, Lil Kim, Foxy Brown, like they're public figures, like in a music world, but they still people behind closed doors.
Right.
Yeah.
So if they want to raise their children a certain way, and that goes for any male artist as well, your work life shouldn't have nothing to do with what you're doing at home.
Right.
Me wilding out on here, that's why, for me, I know I'm probably the most twisted person you could meet, because me watching me online, seeing me on here, and then now me behind closed doors is two totally different people.
For an
I don't
example,
even like people like that.
Music and him being the father, you get two different sides of Chris Brown.
Right.
You don't, every time you see Chris Brown on stage, that's him doing music. But when you see him with his daughter, like, you kind of don't even recognize him.
And that's how it should be. It's supposed to be. That's supposed to be the
that's
purpose
where
of an
my
alter
issue
ego.
is. Like, what about Snoop Dogg? I feel like Snoop is like the same. You know, your book is
But
The only thing about Snoop is the fact that he just smokes. Other than that, he has a little league football
That's
team.
what I'm saying.
Yeah,
So,
but I feel like he's still Snoop on and off.
but see, that's the part where people, I feel like what we're getting at with Cardi, it's your perception of how you're choosing to view him.
Exactly.
If you take a step back, yeah, we see he smokes, but look at what we're talking about that he does. He has a little league team.
Yeah.
We're now at this point talking about father figure stuff. Now, if you're going to choose to keep focusing on the fact that it's Snoop and he always high, you're never going to now be able to separate that he's actually being a responsible black male. He's just still like, people focus on what you want to see. Because we know him to smoke pounds and pounds of weed and he's a dog pound, it's like you tunnel vision now. But
Exactly.
if you look at the broader picture, like take a step back, stop focusing on just that one speck of light. You take a step back and now go down everything that he's done. Martha Stewart.
I was just thinking about her.
All of that stuff. That is not the same person.
Well, you don't. I'm saying like separating being a celebrity and still being a humble human being. I feel like Snoop will still be the same. I still feel like Nipsey
That's
will
the
still be
thing.
the same.
You're choosing to see it in one aspect because even
Right.
if you're talking about Nipsey himself, and you can even take a look from how Lauren is choosing to live on his legacy. His music, now his message, and him being a peaceful person and what he stood for. Yes, you can see it from that one aspect. But most people looking at him, they know he was banging. They know he from California, so they're
But
gonna
see,
focus on that. But they're not gonna focus on the message. Like his
yeah,
message didn't get exposed until after he passed.
because his
When
message was holistic.
he been doing that, but nobody wanted to focus on it until after he passed, unless you truly followed him. But his holistic message, him being spiritual, all of that was always there. But you focus on the gang banging part or the part that he always.
And that's just a governmental way to just to discredit or defame an individual.
Well, I'm saying,
It as soon as somebody,
Regardless
regardless if you're a celebrity or you're a regular person, if you're black, anytime
They
you
want you
die,
to
they
tell it.
want to make sure that they discredit your legacy. So therefore, there's any kind of justification for you dying or being killed.
Or it's
But
even
the
the same
main-
when you alive too.
But the main issue is, or the main topic we was talking about, because you've been asking a series of questions, but we're going to get back to the main topic, is the fact that Nipsey, Snoop, and other people like him are great father figures. They're able to raise their children and make sure that they're there in their life. Now, not taking anything away from Dwayne Wade. Dwayne Wade is a very good father, a very good supportive father. You know what I'm saying? But because of Dwayne was away majority of his child's life, making sure that he was a breadwinner, you know what I'm saying, bringing in the money from basketball games, his child had no choice but to absorb everything from his mother. You know what I'm saying? Now, is that the reason why his child gay? I feel that has a very big role in it. That has a very big part in it. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, he's still being a father. You know what I'm saying? So as long as boys have their supportive system from jump, from their adolescent years, so when they do continue to develop, they know what's going on. You won't have as much of that going on.
well, do you not think the alter egos? That's what I was getting back to, like Cardi B, just showing that you have two different personalities is the reason why we have false expectations.
No.
Everybody has different personalities.
It's
But I'm saying overly sexual, and I like Cardi. I'm not saying that's the thing, but I'm saying being a celebrity
People-
and highlighting.
society has allowed itself to get hung up on what you see in the forefront. It's like you can't even now fathom the fact that this is just my profession.
Right.
Like the reason why I never really had too much of an issue really with Cardi is because from whenever I started noticing her, she likes to strip. Now, we're not saying that that's just the best job to do or you should have goals to want to do it.
But that's
just
her.
what she likes
She stayed
to
true
do.
to herself.
And at the same time, the whole time when she was coming up, she kept saying, watch, I'm going to be a rapper. And it's like, what you choose to put in front of a camera, like what you're seeing right now, and we talking about Empress or we talking about Phil, it's one of those where that's all you going to see. That
But
doesn't define me.
Right.
You seeing me in one spectrum of light. To look at a light, you can't even really look at it like that because it's just not going to allow you to see it like that. But you have to grasp the concept that there's more to a light than what you're just looking at.
Right,
We
because
don't
I mean,
look at society like that no
you
more.
have to look at artists as what they really are. They're coming in giving you a different personality or a different persona off the name that they're.
You're letting art influence.
No. Listen,
Well, I'm saying
they're
it's
No.
no. They're
They're
coming
making
in. They're coming in with a different name and or persona to come in to pretty much name what they're doing. Tip, T.I. You know what I'm saying? He came in as Tip because Tip was a hustler. You know what I'm saying? T.I. is the businessman. The reason why he did an album called T.I. versus T.I.P. You know what I'm saying? That's his duality. You know what I'm saying? You have other artists that came in with so many different names that, right, to give you the persona of the life that they're living or whatever they're doing. Now, who they are outside of that music is what they're going to continue to do. But who they are in music may be somebody that's totally different, or it may just be the same person. Some people get their emotions out through music. You know what I'm saying? You got artists like Summer Walker, her, stuff like that, that actually get their emotions out through music. You got other people that just put music out there just to get money, like Lil Pump,
That's what I'm saying.
and
So
stuff
how
like
is
that.
people not letting the art of these artists and
So
what they're
that's the
portraying
part of
affect
where,
us?
again, you shouldn't at first even let that be that much of an influence on you. People who are public figures are not role models. I don't know how else to make that sound any more clear. They're not role models.
No.
They are public figures. That is their job. That's
They
just like
say
when
you
have-
should never meet your favorite artist because you may be disappointed.
It's just one of those, like, that's the profession of it. It's the personality. I have to act this way on camera because this is who I'm choosing to get. This is how I'm choosing to get paid. So this is the personality that I'm finna commit to. When we talking about cameras off, ain't nobody got time for that. And if you can't teach your kids to know that whatever they're choosing to present to the public, it's how you want to be viewed in the public. It's what you're trying to give off. It's what message you're trying to leave. At this point, Cardi's, and I just keep going to her because it's just a go-to. But we can do Megan, we can do anybody. It's just it's almost like a fictitious character.
Right, but you see her morals that come through when that came through when she was like, "Yo, I'm turning off this WAP music."
Or it's
Regardless of how what she does in her life, she still has the morality to be like, "This is not what my child is going to listen to."
Right.
Or-
Or I'm saying the people that listen to Cardi's
you
stuff,
should have better control over your own. That you're listening to music. Music should not be the determination of what path you walk in.
For example, when I was young, anytime I was in the car, my mama listened to old school.
Because
When I
that's
wasn't
what
in the car,
mm-hmm.
she listened to whatever the hell she wanted to listen to. But she wanted to make sure that she didn't expose me to what she was listening to. Like, I'm in the car listening to OJ's, Temptations, the Isley Brothers, so forth and so on. You know what I'm saying? Like,
you don't think what you take in though does affect your outlook?
No, because
No.
that's not how I was raised.
and at the same time, my mama knew she messed up when I was in the back seat singing some music, and she was like, "Where did that come from?" I'm like, "This is the CD you bought me for Christmas, remember?" And she just thought it was a regular R&B group, but the title of the album was Room 112.
Or that's even like to go back to Megan Thee Stallion. Her value, her mom wanted her to get her degree. Like, she had to get her degree. So she could have something to fall back on because music is not forever.
No.
But people won't even focus on the fact that the girl got a whole degree. We just gonna keep talking about the fact that she is quote unquote influencing their children when your children shouldn't even know her music. It's 18 plus music. If you cannot control, like, again, if you don't want to take the time out to control what your children are exposed to or how you perceive life, then yes, you're going to be a victim of getting sucked up in what society.
Your child should not
be.
know Baby Shark and Amigo song.
I feel like it's kind of hard to filter some things. Cause like, let's be
It's-
honest,
it's-
I made
No.
the shirts.
It's not-
I made the shirts though. Come on.
But-
we walk in Walmart with the shirts on.
But
I
again,
can't.
but that, so just, I don't know if this is what she was going to say. Just because I got on the shirt, I knew, like, we're going to say if I was younger, I knew I couldn't wear that shirt. So even if I saw it, again, like, I still didn't pay that really no mind because I'm tunnel vision. That's
Right.
not what I was exposed to. At this point, that's pretty dope, but I can't do nothing with that. It's because
Exactly.
at this point, I understand the depths of it. It's, for me, especially how deep I think, my
So-
mom exposed me to think it's either...
So put it like this. If you had a child and you came out with that shirt, I would imagine that's a shirt that you would, one, not expose to your child. You know what I'm saying? While you packaging the shirts to get shipped off and all that.
So
Yo,
that's
hold on.
why
Let me,
some
no,
parents
no,
really
wait.
do mess with their kids.
But
You
that's
wouldn't,
what
you
they're
wouldn't
choosing
expose,
to do,
you wouldn't
though.
expose that to your child, nor would you let your child go around wearing that in public. So
If I have
regardless,
siblings,
regardless
they'll
if you,
But
if
that,
regardless-
but that's what you choosing to do. Like,
Regardless
again, look
if
what
you-
you're saying. If I choose to allow it, you're now
Right.
exposing them to it.
and that's not good. And if your siblings are of age to understand right from wrong and when they should and should not wear that, then that's that.
But I'm
But when
saying
it's your
if
child,
you're
hold on,
not
no, stop. But when it's your child, that's a whole different story. That's something that you have complete control over. Now, if you don't want to have control over what your child listens to or does or wears, or you just let them do whatever they want to, then the world is raising your child. So expect the
Exactly.
world to have your child come back fucked up. But if you're instilling morals into this child and making
Come on,
sure
they
they're
gonna say
being
that. I
raised the
can't
right
listen to that.
way,
They're gonna somehow disagree, or they're gonna like entertain it, but it's like it's no
even if they
substance to
right,
them.
even if they do listen to it with their friends, they know what their parents taught them. So they know like, oh, okay, that's cool. I can listen to this with y'all, but I can't bring this back home.
So do you guys believe it takes a village to raise a child?
The
Yeah.
right village, because
Yeah.
the village can go so like you can have a village full of hoes, and you still gonna raise a whole ass child.
Exactly.
So it depends on again what you choose to expose. Like if your walk of life, who you keep around you, all of that comes into play. Because again, we talking about your kids, like you said, they're sponges. It's what they're going to be exposed to. It's what they're going to see. So if you don't want to hang around nobody else better, that's going to set not another better example. And again, you're leaving everything at their fingertips. At this point, when we were younger, we had the internet, but I didn't want to be on that shit. I wanted to go play.
Yeah.
Like I had hobbies. I wanted to go do other stuff. Kids don't even have hobbies anymore. They know how to turn on Coco Melon and sit there and sing that retarded ass shit all day long.
Don't
when you
even
can
know.
actually teach your kids other shit, how to learn and educate them and stuff. But they take the easy way out with cartoons, and then what happened? You look up and your child then started YouTube and some other stuff. It's like you're not giving them any more recourse to try to do anything different. So again, you're letting society just take course and go over their mind.
When MySpace came out, my mom made me start reading books. It was my mom made me start when MySpace came out, and she realized the wave of the internet was really about to take hold. She started making me read books. I read the whole Narnia collection. I would not watch the movies, but I
My
read the
brother
books.
I read all the
I
Harry
really
Potter
did
books.
backwards,
But again, it's just what you exposed to.
Yeah.
We wanted to collect other shit. Like we wanted to do other stuff, and that was because those were the options that we had to choose from. Actually, we didn't have no choice. So it's like whenever I would go out and I would be amongst my friends. That's why sometimes it's even still hard for me to this day. I can go out and I got friends that be doing some real ratchet ass shit, but I can't rock with that shit because that's not me. So
That's
it's like
why-
I can identify with it because it's like I get it, but that's not. No, we're not.
That's
doing
why I
that.
feel like it's good to have friends, good or bad.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Because if you have your bad friends, you know what not to ask them for, what not to be
expect,
around.
what not-
Exactly. You know
Well,
all the bad habits, but when you got your good friends, you know, okay, these are the people that I know will have my back in a legal or in some way that I actually need help, and they're
People can serve a
dependent.
good purpose.
Right, they're dependable, or if I have kids, I can bring my kids around these people type stuff. You know what I'm saying?
So like for young artists who are like trying to be up and coming, and they see
Stop flashing your money and jewelry on social media.
Come on.
he coming through. He said,
I mean, because that's different stuff. Because again, for the kids at this point, but it's like I'm not even gonna say that because that's not for them. That's the crazy part. That lifestyle was never intended for them. But because now it's easier for you to make a bullshit song and get a couple of millions.
That's what I'm saying. Is it wrong if you're putting on a persona for a check?
But
and
again,
it
it's
is
what you're
It's-
exposing them to, because you can also
And if you
make
wanna
a couple
know
of
if it's
millions
wrong-
doing something else, but if you never expose them to that, they're never gonna know that those aren't the other options.
If you want to know if that's wrong or not, look at 6ix9ine. He done created a persona that he cannot live up to, and now because of what his own crew has done to him, he is now blackballed out of any kind of. He's still making a check for motherfuckers that don't care and will still listen to his music. But as far as the culture, he is blackballed. Nobody is going to work with him. Nobody's going to put him up there.
Which I find fucked up because I'm like, if they did what he's saying, really, I would be like, what the fuck? I look
But-
like taking some years for you though.
I feel him, and I completely feel that, because if somebody kidnapped me, fuck my baby mama, and X, Y, and Z, I have no loyalty to
You
you.
feel me? And it's
But
so
at the
bad
end of the
because
day-
even though they knew he wasn't that kind of guy, he was still serving.
But at the end of the day, you knew he wasn't bred for this. You knew he wasn't made for this. But yet y'all allowed him to put on this persona. He's a troller. You know what I'm saying? And him and his baby mamas do shit for hype. So when you come across people that has a fake persona to go along with this fake lifestyle, that's what endangers the culture. Now you do have artists that are great that people know that they are great because they don't always put themselves out there. J. Cole, Andre 3000, you know what I'm saying? Uh who's a new one? Dave East. You know what I'm saying? Some great artists, people that got actually vocabulary that can give you a story. You know what I'm saying? But you're not gonna see them always in hindsight or anything like that because they're not doing stupid stuff like these young niggas doing, trying to get on World Star all the time.
So what makes a good artist that'll last long, like the ones that you've named?
Originality, creativity.
And consistency.
I mean, shit, consistency, but at the same time, quality. Stop giving me quantity. Give me quality.
So stop giving you hella songs.
Substance over hype.
Right. I'm tired of hearing a whole bunch of songs that sound the same. The reason why people that I name has lasted so long is because their music sounds original. You know what I'm saying? Like that, everybody's not using the same auto tunes.
So here's my confusion though, because I feel like obviously with the older generation, you guys are gonna care about. You guys aren't old, but like you guys have had a lot more people who did have that substance, and now I feel like some of the names you've named, some people probably can't even name the song from those people. So.
And if you can't, then you ain't no fan of music.
Is a great artist based off perception, or is great artist based off of, like you said, quantity and numbers?
So again, you're always gonna have commercial artists.
Yeah.
That's just point blank period. And whatever is popping at the time, whether the shit is trash or not, you're always gonna have those commercial artists. But we talking about like good music. It's still artists out here who make good music. It's what do you want to listen to? Are you going to be consumed by what mainstream is offering and say, oh, there's no more artists. It's just trash music out here. Again, it's what you're exposing yourself to. It's what you're limiting yourself to. You have the option to search and find other artists that are doing the same thing as just these bigger artists. They're just not in the forefront. They're not commercial. That doesn't discredit their work. Their work. At this point, they slept on, but that's not to say that we can't get them out there. And sometimes some people make music because it's a passion, it's a love for it. So it isn't necessarily to become mainstream because you can still make bread off of local concerts.
Yeah, I mean, but at the same time, you also got to look at how the industry itself put artists against each other. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? For example, like I always bring this up, Pretty Willie and Pleasure P.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Sound exactly the same. The only reason why Pleasure P elevated over Pretty Willie is because Pretty Willie's first video was not the right video. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? And because of that, that's like Drake. Drake would have flopped off of his first video if he didn't keep coming back. You know what I'm saying? Because that was not the right video. And even in the interview, he said it himself. That was the wrong video for that song. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But with Pleasure P and Pretty Willie, because Pretty Willie put out the wrong video, and Pleasure P sounds just like him, and not to mention he has the protection of a group and not a solo artist, he was able to elevate. You know what I'm saying? Well, Pretty Willie been putting out that sound and that type of music for years, and was like, fuck it, if I can't blow up now, I'm going to go ahead and go to gospel. You know what I'm saying? You got Tory Lanez and Bryson Tiller. Bryson Tiller flopped on his first album. His first album, to me personally, was trash. His mixtapes and his singles was harder. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? But because his first album was trash, Tory Lanez took that opportunity and outshined him on everything. You know what I'm saying? Features, hooks, anything you can get Tory on. Tory was on that shit. But Tory fucked himself by being in that gun situation with Meg Thee Stallion, which dropped his popularity rate. Now, if you notice, Bryson Tiller is slowly coming back out. They got the same sound, but two artists can't live in the same realm. Mm-hmm. Cause you ain't never heard nobody else that sound like Jeremiah. Jeremiah really can't
Jeremiah got
sing,
some hits, though.
but nobody else sound like him.
Being an industryologist. I see.
I'm just saying, I'm a fan. The one thing to be a great artist is that you have to be a fan of music 1st. You can't just be out here like, nigga, I'm about to start rapping and I'm a da 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 da. Cause your shit is
People
gonna come
understand
back
your
on
lane.
you, on you to bite you in your ass when people call out your bullshit. Young Thug, for example, he claims he never listened to Andre 3000 and Outkast, or he didn't know who the hell they were. You know what I'm saying? But in another interview that they brought up from the dirt, he knew exactly who the hell they were. You know what I'm saying? He just didn't want to pay homage or make it seem like Atlanta was all about Outkast, but really they opened the doors for y'all niggas. I'm just saying.
Look, it's levels to it, you know.
See what that alcohol do? No, like.
Okay, we get involved.
Involved.
Another question?
Hell yeah. I mean, I just bring them out during dry moments, but
You know,
who was the first black female CEO of a Fortune 500
did
company?
you shuffle these cards?
Yes.
Shit. Nigga, I don't know.
Me. Goddamn it, dog.
All right, you got Oprah Winfrey, Melody Hobson, Ursula Burns,
I'm going to just go with Oprah.
or Madam C.J. Walker.
Madam C.J. Walker.
That's who you going with?
What was the question? The first millionaire, right?
Who was the first female CEO of a Fortune 500 company?
That's smart.
Wait, it was Madam C.J. Walker.
Was it? That's your
I'm
answer?
gonna go with that.
What about you?
Huh?
What about
I
you?
choose not to incriminate myself. I don't know the answer.
Pick a fucking answer.
I can't pick an answer. This is gonna come back to bite me in the ass later. I heard what the fuck y'all said. We not pulling these videos out of the trenches because I don't know about Black history. Okay.
It's
We gotta do
Ursula
that.
Burns.
Alright, Miss Ursula, she make your bank. Now I know.
She said, "Did you shuffle these cards?"
Where you pulling these questions from? Like,
All right, I asked another backup question. What type of restaurant did Martin and the gang start?
Random spoons.
Random spoons? Yeah, what's the answer? Is that the
Who was the answers?
Chicken and waffles. Random spoons, pizza parlor, or meatloaf and waffles.
Random spoons. It wasn't.
Nah, I'm mad because you knew that answer before I even asked the question. I mean, said the answers, but the answer is meatloaf and waffles.
Ew.
That's so childish, and I bet what's the name had every bit to do with that. The one
Roscoe.
yes.
Yeah. All right.
Same. You know what?
But what's one of your goals for by the end of the year? Or your 6-month goal? I see these little waist speed posts too, man.
To have that shit fully off the ground. It's a lot. Because I'm like trying to take orders and push the shit out.
It'd be hard. You could ask him. I was doing the shirts. I was like, this is some bullshit.
Yeah,
I feel like
the shirt
this-
slowed down for the simple fact that the distribution company that I was getting them from started to run out of material. And it will piss me off because I will order online, and when I go there to pick it up, they'll say they wouldn't have a certain thing.
See, the shirts I could get over because you can always find another vendor.
Right.
I'm putting every last bead on these string guys, okay?
That shit, nigga, that's over 1,000 beads. I'm looking at the necklace alone.
I don't like people that much.
Hey, but look, the money's there, so it's like I appreciate all the support.
She was like, nigga, we gonna get this in.
Look, we finna get this money.
If you a hula girl, a twerker.
Hey, it's true. You will never be the same if you strip down her clothes and she got on waist beads. You're not gonna be the same.
You know she about to put that pum
afterwards,
pum
okay?
on you.
So I have a topic.
Uh-oh.
We're curious.
What do you think, or how do you feel about
Pum pum?
best friends having sex?
That's some dumb
Best
shit.
friends having sex.
Some dumb shit. That's not allowed.
Do
Wait,
you
did
feel?
you do that?
Do you feel like? Because I feel like if you cross that line,
You can't uncross
it's not even necessarily uncrossing. I feel like something has to be there for you to cross it in the first place. Because you can't just dry fuck somebody, especially not a best friend like that. It's hard to dry fuck a best friend.
If you end up, if I was in a situation where I ended up smashing someone that was like a best friend, you were never trying to be my best friend. You had an ulterior motive, therefore you were never a friend. You're being manipulative because you had other plans. That's what I mean,
I fucked to
not necessarily
before.
because
were you?
I friend zoned myself before one time because I didn't think my friend liked me. So I friend zoned.
I always get friend myself.
So it was just like I was just.
And it wasn't
cool.
on no underlying like sneaky shit.
You're
like
a fucking Aquarius.
I wasn't being sneaky because we was really genuine friend. I think either we was drunk one time or I was like super high and some shit just happened and shit. We ain't look at each other differently or we didn't like.
That's because you're an Aquarius.
So do you feel like if that line
I think
is
it's because I'm
you,
easily able to detach. But what?
That's an Aquarius do. But go ahead.
do you think that there's levels into what type of sex you're gonna have?
Yes.
I
had to.
I think Aquarius is great. Actually,
they're very open minded. That's what I'm saying. They're able to detach their emotions.
I had to learn not to give.
Leo is hard to do that.
I learned that I had to start giving half strokes.
What? Not even a thing. Can we write this down? Question: do you give half strokes?
I mean,
that's what I'm gonna title this video. Because I don't even think that's possible. That's some Aquarius shit.
I mean, no, it is because you really can't be throwing that ass back on everybody like that.
But you supposed to be giving it to one person,
right? But at the end of the day, like it's like this. You can't. I will be in this day and age. I'll be a damn fool not to test the pussy before I try to marry a chick.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I mean,
so you don't think it's possible for like you to fall for somebody that you knew for a while?
No, it's possible for me to do that. But I also want to make sure that I ain't getting no trash ass pussy after the marriage.
Everything is coachable.
No,
everything is not coachable.
But I am not responsible for a grown ass woman who don't know how to clean herself, who don't know how to keep her pH balance together, who doesn't drink enough water to make sure that she don't get a UTI.
So okay, so like, hypothetically speaking,
I'm just saying
from your mindset. So you don't think that it's possible? wait.
We gonna bypass this nigga.
We're just gonna get past you right quick. So okay, you got a homeboy.
Y'all in the comments, let me know if
you and said homeboy have been friends for a while. We talking about like for a couple of years, and the thought has just never crossed your mind per se. But it's not that you. But it's just like that one defining moment. It's always a defining moment with anybody that you realize you might see them in a different light, and we're just gonna say either you shot your shot. Like it's not even say that you shot your shot, but it's like you realize. Because everybody wants to marry their best friend.
Of course.
And it's not to say you're talking about like your actual best friend. It's just you want to have that type of bond with somebody. So you don't think that it's possible at this point? It's not like you're not attracted, like the person's unattractive, but you don't think that like y'all could, like what has to say that y'all have to stay friends versus you talking to a stranger?
I don't know if I could do it. I just can't.
So a person that
but that's your morals.
So you
if you want to be my friend, we're gonna stay friends. Cause my relationships are very sacred, so I don't want to jeopardize that. Like there was probably one person that it was in school. People wanted us to date for the most dumbest reason. Cause I was tall, he was tall, I was light skinned, he was light skinned. Just the shit that people was like, oh my God, you guys would be great together. And it was just like, I always heard people, but I never saw him in that light.
So do you think that is possible? Because sometimes...
He asked me on a date, and I asked my grandma, I was like, Grandma, I literally was like, I thought he was out my league. So I was like, friend zoning myself before it even went there. Because I was like, yo, it's already great now. Now, I've kind of heard about him in relationships. That didn't depict why I didn't want to date him. But it was just kind of like, I feel like people are great aside from sex.
So let me ask you this. Let's just say your track record has been trash. I mean, you've dated people, and for whatever reasons, relationships just don't work out. You've tried even dating like different types just to, but it just don't work out.
Different types.
But who you're supposed to be with a lot of times is never who you expect.
Yeah.
And it's also sometimes not the standard that we hold ourselves to. So who's to say that it can't be somebody that at this point you're friend zoning?
Yeah.
I think it's the simple fact that I never thought of getting married. I think that's what it is. As a kid, I was, a cat lady. I was gonna be an adoption lady.
Really?
For the longest, because I did say
I can't
if I
even
don't
picture
marry
it.
someone from my childhood, because I don't trust people. I don't. I was like,
she
I never
took it to
could.
the extent to say that if you're not of my childhood,
I'm laughing at your best friend.
What'd she say?
He said winehead lady.
Is that John?
No, that's Terrence.
Wait, my best friend?
Yeah.
I was like, oh, my best friend has been promoted.
Best friend never chimes in. Hey, boo.
You know why he told me? He heard. He said so. Friends only.
Wait, because at this point, best friend knows what I'm talking about.
Oh. Nah, he chimed in like 30 minutes ago.
So,
I just looked over.
Has that happened to where you're like, damn, I wish it didn't go that way? That's what I'm saying. It's just always been. I'm just very fearful that you're gonna
honestly
fuck up the
like
same thing.
the only time I regretted probably smashing a friend is when she bent over and I smelled ass.
What?
What?
Boy, I will throw all of this shit over on this
Let me
table.
just say something. That's why you're not supposed to fuck your friend.
No,
Yeah.
that's why you're supposed to take your ass a shower before you do anything sexual. Give a fuck.
She was manifesting that a little bit.
I guess so. In my case, it was somebody. I did have a crush on this person, but it was literally the wrong place, wrong time. I couldn't do anything with
Don't
it
smell like
at the time. Well, no, I just more so at the time I couldn't even like speak on it. Again, wrong place, wrong time.
Mm-hmm.
So I kind of friend zoned it myself. But this was somebody like that I was attracted to, but I felt like maybe I wasn't his type.
Yeah.
So, and I'm never the one to like pry, like
come to find out you was.
And in a sense, I don't know still. This is like some real time activity actually, but we're not going to go into that. But yeah, and I didn't, and it was just like a joke happened, and the joke kind of opened the door.
Yeah.
So it's like,
she said a joke.
So it's kind of like I didn't really know what to do with it because it's like I friend zoned myself for so fucking long. So it's like, really?
I feel like
what is a guy friend then? Cause are we saying best friends? That's what I'm confused. Best friends, or are you saying friends?
No, like I can consider like this was somebody
a best friend
like,
a friend.
Yeah, like he neck and neck at this point.
Like I would say when it comes to situations like that from a man, like if a door open, try to go. Niggas ain't gonna feel no type of way.
And that's
like straight up. Nah. Like niggas, like say if you friends. What I'm saying is, if you friends on yourself, and a nigga is still feeling some type of way about you,
but
or what have you.
You friends on for a reason. That's okay.
Not necessarily.
Listen to what I'm trying to say. She friend zoned herself. I didn't friend zone her. You know what I'm saying? Let's just talk if this is me and her. Mm-hmm. I didn't friend zone her. She friend zoned herself. I made a joke that opened up the door to some shit. Right. But what she has the ability to do now is to come in and chime in and ask additional questions on some shit that I've never spoke on. Or that she may have some. So if I'm feeling
yourself because you saw they were doing something, that's what
no. So no, we do actually. It's levels to this shit. You have to realize that sometimes what you may think that you're attracted to, like how you said you thought old dude was out of your league. I'm not gonna necessarily say that he was like out of my league, but on the same token, it was more so I just, and this was me assuming. because at this point, we talking about a couple of years ago, I didn't even know what a type could look like for him. I just felt like this was just what I told myself. I couldn't possibly be his type.
That's me. Cool. That's me in high school.
But he was cool with me, so it was one of those where it's like I'm not gonna say no to the friendship, but at the same time, we never crossed this topic. There are some instances when I can be shy or where I could be very bashful, one-off scenarios, and it's just like if the topic don't come up, I'm not gonna ask no fucking questions. Like we can leave it where it's at. But it's again, there's always a defining moment, and a joke was cracked. And more so, he cracked the joke. Yeah. And it kind of gave a different perspective that I didn't know really existed. So it was like, oh, we're going to crack the door open, so let me go ahead and step in then. Because at this point, I didn't think that was an option.
Exactly. Well, I'm saying, like, we all know, well, you can see when a guy is interested in you. Or you can see how they act when they're flirting or they show interest. So I feel like there was something that you had seen.
No.
It may not have been directed towards you, but you're just like, okay, I see that he's typically with this kind of girl, so I'm probably not his type. That's what I'm saying. Like I feel like for girls, we may read in a lot to stuff, but there's something that triggers.
I would say this.
I can say I downplay myself a lot, and this is me sitting in front of y'all, and I'm saying this right now. We talking about today, right? Day in this age, I will downplay myself in certain situations,
and I'm right there with you. That's why I'm shaking my head. No, it's not always like that.
Because it's like
because your own insecurities will keep you from feeling like that you're worthy. Mm-hmm. Like, 'cause I still have doubts and insecurities about myself that I would never tell nobody. But when it comes to certain situations, especially when it's hints just being
and I miss them, and I will miss them, bitch.
Nigga, I'm talking about fastball, curveball.
It's not even a deflect. I would just miss it because I have already told myself there is no way possible you could be talking about me. Yeah. Now, we could talk about somebody else all day long. I can tell you about some weird ass nigga that I started talking to, all this shit. Yeah. But here it is. It could be just, bitch, I'm hitting you with the football. Like, and I'm just
beating the shit out of me.
And I'm never gonna pick up on it until it's like you gotta literally, like, I don't do.
You have to literally tell me, or it has to literally be too late.
There you go.
It's one of the. It's never in between with me. It's always one of the two. Either you have to tell me, or I'm gonna realize it when it's way too late.
Yeah.
I guess for me, the vote would be no. I can't smash a friend, especially if it's a best friend. I can't do that.
I can.
You are.
I did in high school.
Yeah.
And a best friend?
What? Let me tell you something. No. Me and my best friend. And
now, there are certain friends that are non-smashable.
Yeah, no,
How do you decipher that? That's what I'm saying.
Because I'm not
I'm not doing it.
Exactly. There's no way in hell I'm attracted to you.
No.
I feel like that's what I'm saying, though. It's the title of it all. It's like, you either want to be friends, fuck buddies.
Nah.
I mean, you just have some people where you're just not fuckable. Like, it's just some people are just not fuckable. It's just at this point.
Not to throw names out there, the house guest that I had recently.
I'm about to get under the table.
No.
Break my Rice Krispie treat.
Well, that can't work because they're not. You guys are interested in two separate different things. So
but even if it wasn't, then no.
That's what I'm saying. I don't know. I guess when I slap the label friend on there, you're not smashable.
I feel you.
Like, I just, it's because this is another thing, because I think this is a big thing, that people make it seem like two genders can't be friends, and I'm just like, I'm so determined to prove that.
No, and that's the case because the part where you're defying the odds is because you do have male friends. Mm-hmm. However, there are some people where the part we don't give ourselves time to is honestly to get to know somebody. Mm-hmm. Sometimes that one person that you may have been getting to know all this fucking time could be the person for you. But you don't put them in the right light. Or not to say that you don't put them in the right, it's just you weren't searching for it. That's how sometimes people like accidentally fall in love, or how you see people like they've been friends for all this time and then they finally get together. I feel like that's how that happens.
I feel like that can grow into something. I don't think people are really like destined or have.
So that's what I mean about like you don't like it's not planned. It's one of those where it's just like, again, that defining moment happens where it's like
Right.
You know what? And it's kind of like, I'll say in my case, speaking on it prematurely, it's like, you know what? I done did every other scenario except for that one.
Uh-huh.
What could possibly go wrong?
And me personally, like, I got a best friend that I would never smash. Ever.
Why?
And she's been my friend since high school.
Why?
It's just, we would never do it.
I can
have-
literally-
That's what I'm saying.
I can literally sleep in the same bed as her and not even think about. You know how niggas will be try to spoon, like they trying to put the dick on the booty somehow. Like I won't even attempt that shit. Like that is my like you can. She can literally be my sister.
But
That's
now
what
it
I-
sounds like you're separating category of friends. That's
No,
what
no.
it
It's
is.
not
I-
even that. It's just that person is
it's
just a
just-
friend.
Either
it's
you
just-
gonna
it's
fuck your
just-
friends or you're not
It's
gonna
just
fuck your friends.
it's just of what the it's what I have instilled in me. It's not your perception.
It's a
It's
person, a
not
person.
your perception.
Uh-huh.
It's how I feel and how I go about doing things and how I will probably distinguish whether I'll smash this friend or not this friend. That's my mindset and my sense of what however I go about things. How you look at things
I
is
actually
totally
like to get to know the person.
right. It's totally different. I get that. I understand that. You know what I'm saying? Me going through college is what got me to understand that, yo, there's some people that's just smashable and there's some people that's meant to be in relationships. You know what I'm saying?
Why you feel so strong about Aquarius like
Because
this?
Aquariuses are your friends, but not your friends. They know how to
What?
separate.
I love all my Aquarius.
I just
They're great. They're great. They're just like
It's-
they're a very logical sign. So it's just like they're able to
detach.
certain zodiac signs are more emotional. That's what I'm saying. Like for me, I just can't smash anybody because it's just
And that's the part where I feel like where the scenario we're talking about could possibly happen because of you feeling like that. Because you don't want to smash anybody. And when it comes to somebody who knows you, because at the end of the day, you want somebody who knows you inside out. Like that's what we all hope for. And a lot of times we'll put that hope in the wrong fucking person. And it's like you have this one person who knows you inside out, and then it's like all of us, and it's just something might happen. Nigga might wear an orange shirt today, and you just
Orange.
like,
ugh.
I don't really like orange, but
It's doing something for me today.
okay, all right. And then it's like, then that joke happens, or it's like something happens, and it's just you like, I would have never thought that, and then it makes you now start going down that whole list, like, but wait.
So
But then,
that's why you were looking at them titties.
and it's like, well, maybe. But then a lot of times we're too shy. That's why I say it's so fucked up how society has kind of battled, like, just broken down the mindset of thinking, because it's like
I blame
now you
social
put
media.
People,
I blame celebrities.
No, I blame social media. I
social
blame.
media definitely, because
It's an
it's
entertaining, distracting thing that people
No,
are letting
no.
art.
I blame. Honestly, I blame Facebook and Instagram because
you
even
can
back
always like it. You can
'cause-
always slide in somebody DM.
because
and-
back in MySpace days or Black Planet days,
Come on.
Black Planet Days.
exactly. I'm showing my
You
age.
don't know Black Planet.
Black
That's
Planet
crazy.
days and MySpace page, we didn't have
Bruh,
this
we
going
didn't have-
live.
Do you
or
know how long it took me to come to Facebook because I still have my Black Planet page?
bruh,
I was not coming to Facebook. Like I refused.
you
to
know
get a
Solange
Facebook.
bought Black Planet and
Yes,
it's back
I
up.
refused Solange.
Solange.
I refused. It was worth a buy because Black Planet is like a black LinkedIn, except you could actually interact. Like you could search for people like how you do on a dating app, but at the same time you can search it business wise and still network with other people. So it's kind of like the.
Black Planet
it was a
was-
pioneer, okay?
It was Black
It was before Tinder. It was before POF. Whatever else is out
Black
there.
Planet and MySpace was neck and neck.
Literally. And then you can like add the little codes and shit. And,
The only thing that actually boosted MySpace up higher than Black Planet was the fact that they had music artist features.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like they allowed people who were artists to actually create.
I think I'm. You know what? Y'all can find me on Black Planet in
Like a
about 2
motherfucker.
days because I'm gonna go give me a Black Planet page.
Nigga, I still got the
Period.
app on my phone. I just ain't created the page
Period.
yet.
I'm gonna download that shit tonight. I think I
Period,
feel like
poo.
this in my spirit. Just
And I'll put that on Mary Had a Little Lamb.
look, that was on Mary Had a Little Graham.
Yeah.
That used to be a store. You had a little girl.
No, somebody posted that
Can
shit.
someone do a black weed nursery rhyme?
I know I can.
Please do.
I'll come up with one.
I need that for you. That's our homework for next Tuesday. We gonna blast that shit on here.
Hard.
You know, this is why I
Mary
love you
Jane-
guys.
Mary
I missed you guys.
Missed you too.
Mimi, I haven't seen you in a very long time. I just want to point that out.
Because
Before I left, I hadn't seen you.
this has been like 4 shows. Huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, hell, it probably I feel like it's been longer than that because I know I missed like what the last 3. I haven't been here since the
I think
freeze.
it's probably 4 or 5.
Yeah, nobody been here since the freeze. nigga.
Well, see, yeah, we can't blame. Yeah, we can't blame.
You know,
Then I tried to come in last week, and
He's so
the
responsible.
last 2 weeks she was dead sleep. Wouldn't pick up the phone or nothing for shit.
congratulations
She was
on your
dead.
space.
Dead.
Oh, new part. Yes.
Congratulations. Those are always milestones. Like,
I feel like
and you will
I've
be in
adulted a little bit
East
more.
I think she.
Africa,
I think
can't-
she enjoys this apartment more than her last.
Oh hell yeah! What the fuck? Well, see, for the right and wrong reasons, but yeah, I feel like a lot more comfortable.
I hope you embrace not wearing clothes. Because wearing clothes inside of the house is so illegal.
Is it okay? So, question, because I have family members that actually do this. So for me, it's not. Well, I wouldn't do it. There's like family members who, even though they're all grown, they still walk around naked.
Girl, I ain't never got no damn clothes on.
Yeah.
And I can't
In
stand
front of
when they
family,
send me them fucking weird ass
No,
Zoom
I just
meetings.
throw on the road.
Come on.
When nobody's
Football naked.
yeah, when
With the
nobody's
robe.
home, when nobody's home and my blinds are closed, I be ass naked
My
playing the
blinds
game.
be open, and I don't give a fuck.
Nigga, what?
At this point, but if it's
I'm
somebody
just
to come
scared.
over, I will.
Yeah.
I
my
may-
neighbors always have traffic though. So that's
No,
why
I put it like this. I pay this rent over here. Okay?
Shit.
These titties gonna be out.
My blinds be closed. Dick doing the Ball Johnson dance. Nigga.
Oh my god.
I'm just.
But I like how it has like a little bit more space than the last one, so it feels like there's a lot.
So
more
much room for activities.
I'm like,
She can do
I'm gonna start
yoga.
painting. I was like, hella shit. So that's
Man.
all I'm gonna start doing.
So
You know what I started getting into today?
What?
Coloring.
I love coloring.
I
You're
did.
welcome. I have
Ask
coloring
him what
books.
he
No,
used
I
to color.
what?
Pens.
Gel pens, sparkly pens.
Man, look.
I was like, okay, he real colorful. His patterns was pretty nice.
Man, look.
I was kind of jealous.
Between coloring
Why you
and
jealous?
painting and then my waist piece, that's like pastime shit. I'll get high as hell and
That's
want to
what I'm
paint
trying to
or
do.
like color. That's my shit to do.
Stay off my phone and be more creative at my new apartment.
Yes, it's very cleansing. It's actually refreshing. I get excited when I realize I haven't checked my phone in some time.
I get excited knowing I get to go home.
I just text you what I was coloring. I haven't even made it past the front page yet.
This- Because that's what it's about.
Right.
You know, if
I'm
you're
just
not
mad that
out
I be
here,
sketching and I can't stay inside the lines coloring. It's a problem.
it is a problem.
It is.
As an artist who says that they sketch, you're not going to tell me.
Shading is cool, but coloring and color choices has been a hard struggle. But for this project,
That's what took me so long to even get started. When I was sitting at the desk, was like, okay, what colors am I gonna do this?
I'm just excited to see what you gonna color the titties when I put this out.
Hey, I
Shit.
like how that sounded.
I know.
just
I want
wanted
people to
to.
be like,
Yeah.
what
I
is
was
she
like,
talking about?
hey, come on, them titties. Where's the coloring book?
Piercings and
Titties
all.
on titties.
I want my coloring book.
Nah, but I was also
Come
coloring
on.
because
Did you get this coloring book from Five Below? I have one.
I love these greens, like,
I have one similar to this one. It's not. I think I have the jungle one.
yeah.
It's lit.
Right.
Yeah, my mom purposely, like, till this day, she buys me coloring books and like matte pencils and stuff. I get so excited.
My homegirl, she was coloring with pens recently, and I realized how better it looked with the pens.
What? Come on, I'm all for putting my artwork on the refrigerator.
So when I went to Five Below today, I only went there to get
I hate that store because I'll be ready to spend about a hot $80 in there.
Bro, I spent 50 on accident. I only went there to get
He
a.
said this hat on accident. I
Bruh.
said, who had your card? I had my card. I'm like, okay.
Bro, because I only went in there to get a phone charger and to show my boy where to get phone chargers at, right?
I really need.
Nigga, I got a new teacup because my old one broke. The one that said, thank you for leaving me alone. I had to get a new.
I like to get.
How he finds way to offend people on products.
No, I get my screen shirts from Five and Below
I like
because their screen shirt section is lit.
Yes. I got that. I got some socks. I forgot they sold socks.
It's a one-stop shop. At this point buying workout equipment that I don't use.
My boy got some workout equipment. I bought a couple of coloring books, and some gel 48 set of gel pens.
I just feel like we should have like a late night edition of like going to some random store,
bro.
and being
I'm
unnecessary.
for people on food.
I'm here for it.
Because you can write it off. I was so pissed when I found out influencers. You know how they be doing little lookbooks. They write the clothes off.
Yeah.
The taxes because it's for work, and I'm like,
Yeah.
wow.
Because if they buy anything, they buy it off their business card.
Yeah.
Like I had a couple of sponsors hit me up saying wanted me to buy their products.
There was a bond place.
They're like, we'll give you a discount if you use this cup.
Oh, will you now?
Nigga, if little do you know, I will go get me a fresh haircut, buy that outfit, go right here next door in the Grade A studio, and take some photos.
Can we talk to him about this? We gonna need some more pictures from you, sir.
First of
I'm
all,
trying to tell you all the time.
let me throw a real slug because it's gonna be thrown at myself too.
All right.
How long we been on air? And the last time that we even attempted to take a picture, which I never saw the pictures, was with old girl.
Oh yeah. I have not seen.
I've never seen those pictures.
Nor have I seen her.
Wait, who?
We had a Hispanic chick named Linda.
Yeah.
What's her name, Linda?
I think it was like Linda G or some shit.
Yeah. Cute. No booty. But she was gonna be one of the original hostesses for the show.
This one?
Yeah, her and Empress.
Yeah.
After the first show or two, nowhere to be found or heard from ever again. And we took some pictures.
Yeah.
You guys took some pictures.
Yeah, like on the other side. Like
Yeah, we took some pictures for the show.
So y'all don't have her on social media?
Oh, we got her on social media. She's a
I've never known. I didn't know her personally.
Oh, she a bottle girl somewhere, but yeah.
Yeah.
And that was really the main reason why she couldn't come back because her job, her working at late nights at club, conflicted with her being her.
Maybe 3. Maybe 2.
Girl, we're not gonna do this today.
And with that said,
peace.
Oh yeah, my bad. I was quitting my broadcast, but
I don't care. What the fuck?
Hey, and you tuned in to another late night hype edition with Empress Black, the unruly one, me from the couch, and your boy Philip Boinks, and we out this joint.